Hello, and welcome back for the third and final part of my recent solo desert road trip series. In the last video, I took you along with me for an overnight backpacking trip in the Anza Borrego Badlands. So if you missed it, go back and check it out. In today's video, I'll be hitting the road again, heading into an area I had never been to before, the Mecca Hills Wilderness, where I'll take you along with me on a slot canyon hike and dispersed camping. So let's go! So I'm out here in the Mecca Hills Wilderness. I'm trying out a new trail. This is the Ladders Canyon and Painted Canyon Trail, something like that. And it is beautiful. The drive in here was gorgeous. I wouldn't dare have done that drive in my Jetta. I'm glad I have my Subaru. It's giving me a little bit more confidence now, even though I did see a few sedans in the trailhead parking lot, but this is looking like it's going to be a really cool trail. I'm excited for what's ahead, and I'm hoping I'll find a campsite along either this road or there's another road parallel to this that is open for dispersed camping. So we'll see what time I finish this, how I'm feeling, and if I find a good spot. But here we go. Second hike of the day. The second. Nice. So I don't know if I went the uphill direction or the downhill direction, but I'm kind of glad I went up for those. I hope the rest of them are also up. We shall see. So cool. So I popped out on top of this ridge over here, and everybody I've been passing on the trail has been going in the other direction. I guess because at the very start, or for me the very end of the trail, is the actual ladders section, and I guess I'll be going down them, which is not the way people usually do it. So we shall see. But this is beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Well, that wasn't so bad. I was expecting it to be a lot worse, a lot scarier, but maybe like 20, 25 feet was the worst. The hardest part is just like getting out onto the ladder, but then once you're on it, it's not bad. I would always recommend turning around and like facing the ladder. Don't try to go like back on your back and step down that way. You have way less stability. So that's my recommendation. And I already looped back to the trail I took on the way out. It's a little bit of like a lollipop loop. So I should be out maybe a half mile. Then I'll look for a campsite. My watch died. I was trying to let it soak up some solar power and hopefully get it to turn back on again, but it's probably getting close to 4 p.m. I want to say. No, 3 o'clock. So I have some time left in the day. Maybe I'll explore a little more, or maybe I'll just hang out at a campsite. We shall see. All right, I found a campsite here. I just saw this fire pit and figured, okay, that's probably a good campsite. I was getting a little nervous driving through the sand over here because it felt like almost like the feeling of when you're sliding on ice, how you kind of like feel like you lose control of the road for a second. That's kind of how it felt driving through the sand. But I did have X mode on for snow and dirt, I think it was the setting. So I made it, and I should be fine getting out tomorrow as well. And I think I will have a little fire over here tonight. I have my fire log and fire starter. And as I was like checking out my campsite, I moved this big lump of wood out of the fire pit, and when I moved it, I saw my first scorpion. I was just saying a few days ago how I've never seen a scorpion and I've been dying to see one in the desert. That's like one of the few things I still haven't seen yet, and I finally saw one. I was not expecting it to be like glow in the dark looking, like a fluorescent greenish color. That was really cool. It was really small. And if I'm remembering correctly, the smaller the scorpion, the more potent the venom or something along those lines. So those are the ones you want to be careful for. Now that I know there's one living in this fire pit, I'm going to be very careful tonight when having my fire in case it scurries out. They say if you have a black light is the easiest way to spot them, especially at nighttime, but I don't have a black light, but I think I'll be fine. So anyway, yeah, that's the story. I'm gonna get myself settled in and relax a little bit, maybe explore this area. All of the rocks around here are so cool, and I'm looking up on this, I guess it's sandstone back there, and you can kind of see these like handholds from somebody climbing up it. And then back there, the like just texture in the rock is so cool. What a beautiful area. Glad I finally made it out here. Cool. Good morning. I woke up a while ago. Now the sun is just starting to come into this canyon over here. But since I am in a little canyon, or a wash, I guess, the sun takes forever to set because it sets behind these walls, and then you have to wait for it to actually set on the horizon before it starts getting dark. And then the same thing with the sunrise. The sun rose, and just now the light is starting to come through the canyon. But it is a beautiful morning. I explored a little bit back here this morning. It looks like people used to camp back in this little like corner back here, but they blocked it off. I think people like to come shooting out here. I noticed a lot of bullet casings and broken glass, a lot of litter back there, but it is a cool little nook. Surprisingly, I was the only person camped out up here. There are a few other fire rings along this wall, but nobody came up here. No one bothered me. I had it all to myself. It was nice and quiet. It was a little breezy. I didn't hear any coyotes or really anything last night, but I did sleep really well. So maybe I'll circle back to Anza Borrego, or maybe I'll go to the Salton Sea. Who knows? But I think this morning after I pack up, I will probably find a coffee shop or a place to grab some breakfast and wash up a little bit and yeah, refuel, then figure out my next move. I did not end up having a fire last night. It was really windy, so I was a little nervous about it. I always get so nervous having fires because one time I accidentally set up a campfire and then immediately realized, like, oh my gosh, I passed so many fire restriction signs on my way in here. How did I forget? Just oblivious. And I started setting up a fire, and then the park host like came over right away, but luckily I had put out the fire before they came over to me. And that just felt like such a stupid moment. But ever since then, now I'm extra cautious about having fires, and I think twice about having them because I would hate to be the person to cause a devastating wildfire. All right, well, the sun is going to come up soon, and as soon as it hits inside this canyon, I know it's going to get hot, so I'm going to get moving. All right.